ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। ताप्तकंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महवदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमावधिभ्यो छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। श्री चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, we continue our topic about why suffering are coming in the Bhakti path, the path of devotional service to Krishna. So now we will continue. And last time we came to conclusion that actually what is the cause of sufferings in the Bhakti path? There is no sufferings at all, but one cause is there, and this cause is pratishta desire for name, fame, adoration, high position. And I can give example what is called pratishta in Sanskrit. Like, for example, many people I saw also in India, they little bit lazy to take bath, especially in the winter season, very cold. Like I saw I was staying in Himalaya area in Sikkim, and also many people when it is very cold, they not taking bath, and in winter season they just washing face, warm hair, then some perfume, and go to office. So this is like pratishta. Inside many dirty things inside, but outside very nice. So they are speaking very beautifully, very nicely attracting so many people, millions coming, but inside so much jyoti is there. Especially we can say in India also, very famous preachers, they're preaching so strongly, but what is inside, who can say? And after some time, after this preacher will leave this body, no one will remember him. And this pratishta is like that. So who is politician? Especially I saw in India, very difficult to see difference between holy man and politician. Sometimes politician looks like holy man, sadhu. Sometimes sadhu looks like politician and doing also political activities. In other country is different. In other country you can come, like our Shachinandana Maharaj, he gave example very nice. When he came to Serbia many years ago, so he started preach people about peace formula of Srila Prabhupada. So they blamed him and said, you now you're doing politician. So sometimes people, they mix religion with politician. Okay, but what we are talking now, it's very common thing. It is very common in this material world. The desire for pratishta. The pratishta means, or we can say pratishta and other thing is kapatata. Is similar, looks like the similar. That means outside, I'm a very nice person. Everyone is glorifying me. This kapata means external. Only externally I am the great person, but inside so much duty is there. With the jyoti heart, how can we realize Krishna? Krishna cannot come and sit in the heart if this heart is dirty. Like it is said that heart should be like mandir, temple, Hari Mandir. If body should be like temple, Hari Mandir. This body should be completely cleansed by chanting the holy name, by doing service, devotional activities. Then this body is like mandir, like temple. No dirty is there, because all body is engaged in Krishna seva. But if inside so much dirty things, how Krishna can come? So both outer part, inner part, we should become pure. So like Srila Guru Govinda Swami always was saying, Vaishnava antar bahir shuchi. That means only bahya, only externally be pure is not actually needed. To develop prema bhakti, to develop love for Krishna, this is the goal of our life. Actually, we should be pure inside also. This prema bhakti is not coming from outside. Some people thinking, oh, it's coming from outside. If you are just imitating some devotees, highly elevated devotees, so everyone will say, oh, you have prema. No, you have no prema. Bhakti is coming from inner heart. It is coming from inside. If heart is not mature, not flavoring, or how one can develop love? This material condition is also like that. And don't think that this pratishta desire is only for people who, like we say, who engage in material activities like this. No, even servitor of the spiritual master, who is always traveling with him, he can develop desire for Pratishta. It is nowhere mentioned that who was first disciple or who is the closest disciple to Guru, he is the best disciple. No. In most cases, is the opposite thing. So this with Pratishta desire, one, crookedness is there, duplicity, like we say, outward one thing, inside other thing. So if someone is remaining with Guru, is doing seva, service to Krishna, is traveling, but not learning from Guru anything, and during that seva is having this desire for Pratishta, for name, fame, adoration, one day you think, I will become more than Guru. So like I heard from my Gurudev that my Guru is quoting 2-3 shloka, 2-3 Sanskrit verses. I will know 10, 20, 50 Sanskrit verses. Like this. I will become better than my Guru. So this Guru Seva is just one of type of pretension, hypocrisy. Therefore, many devotees were serving to Srila Prabhupada. And after some time, Srila Prabhupada was saying, you should go. You cannot stay with me because your desire now developed. Now, after some time, you will become higher than me. In the spiritual world, it is not possible because spiritual master is not ordinary human being. We cannot be higher than him because he already developed Krishna Prema. Are we developed? No. Have we? This is not possible because only by his mercy we can develop. And Pratishta desire is maybe like other desires than you can serve to Krishna. Like, I should have emotion for him, he should have emotion for me, then only some love can develop. So if these dirty things will develop in the heart, the result will be what? Death. Death in the spiritual kingdom. It is said, like Srila Gauranga Swami was saying, this is like death in the spiritual kingdom. One will simply get death in the spiritual kingdom. So therefore, the great devotees, Mahajanas, they all say to us, they make us cautious. They're saying, Sadhu Savadhana. That means, Sadhu, please be cautious. If you want to become Sadhu, if you want to become the best personality, we should be very, very cautious. Srila Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. But actually, if we are not cautious, we cannot chant always and we cannot be happy. There are so many types of suffering, so many types of sufferings. But this suffering will not being any loss to us. When we are doing sadhana, doing spiritual practice, when we are doing bhajan, many types of suffering are coming, but these suffering are not making so much loss for us. Like for example, now very hot. This year is very hot. And everyone is suffering from heat. Then other type of suffering can be maybe I distributing books and ordinary people criticizing me, then laughing on me, someone want to beat me. Actually, it is not touching my heart. Because I am doing seva for my Guru Maharaj. And my Guru Maharaj is giving me Shakti, how to tolerate everything. Power, how to tolerate. But if I have desire for Pratishta, this suffering bringing a big loss for me. For example, what is the most valuable thing we have in this material world? Time. 20, 30, 40, 50 years I can doing service to Krishna, doing bhajan. But at the result, after so many years, I'm like an ordinary man. Nothing changed. That is not my words. I'm not so high person, but that is what I heard from my Shiksha Guru and his Gurudev, Srila Gaura Govinda Swami, he told this. And why it happened? This loss cannot incur. The loss one can incur like this. When one is developing his desire to become glorious, famous one, Pratishtha desire, his focus is not on Krishna, but is not focused on a relationship with Krishna. His focus is how the people will appreciate me. I remember when I joined ISKCON, from the beginning, it was in Russia, I saw the big movement, because actually number of devotees in Russia so big, after India maybe second position. And that time in Moscow, every Sunday program, 1,000 people were coming, more than 1,000. Big pandal, and many new devotees were coming. Also I joined, and I was very happy. And immediately I started to preach. I was doing preaching seva, and senior devotees, they were preparing me for preaching to become leader immediately from beginning. And I developed this desire to become leader, to have pratishtha from the beginning. So when I was a leader of community, and after three years in ISKCON, I was preparing for second initiation, and I got second initiation, Brahmana Diksha. So among my god brothers in Moscow, I was maybe number 2 who got second initiation. And I developed pride. I came a senior devotee, he was counselor for me that time, and I came and said, I feel something very strange, because when I got second initiation, I got secret mantras from my guru. Yes, by chanting these mantras I got so much happiness, but also everyone started glorifying me. Everyone started giving me respect. And what to do? Because I feel that I'm enjoying. In my heart I feel some enjoyment is there, that I ask. So, and this giving sufferings in the subtle way from pratishtha, like when you're sleeping, your sleep is not calming, you're disturbed, like this. And for example, I can say this focus for that only, how everyone will appreciate me, how everyone will glorify me, because many lifetimes I was not practicing spiritual practice. Maybe I was practicing in many lifetimes, but not on the high level. And I have experience from my karma, past karma, I have experience how pratishtha desire is giving so much enjoyment, so much happiness. And when we meeting spiritual master, he is giving to us the seed of bhakti, bhakti lata bija, and bhakti creeper is growing, and when pratishtha desire is also growing, there will be no value. It will be no value. This bhakti creeper will have no value. So long we did our spiritual practice sadhana, but no value. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami said in Hari Bhakti Vilasa, Sarva Tyagapi Sarvanartha. I have no nice text of Sanskrit. It is said, those who has given up everything, but he is not free from one thing. It is not easy. They could give up everything, but if you want to really get relationship with Krishna, if you have this desire for Krishna prema, love of Krishna, prema icha, if you want to get prema, so you should be very careful not to touch pratishta vishta. Pratishta vishta. Vishta means stool. Don't touch stool. Everyone knows, because stool is an abominable thing, is impure. Even our Vaishnava society, even in material society, when people don't know many things, but even they touch stool, they should wash their hands. In devotees, they should wash completely their body if they are touching stool. So one should be very careful not to touch this pratishta vishta, desire which is like stool. So one sadhaka who is practicing devotional service always should be very careful not to allow this pratishta desire to enter into his heart. So this pratishta desire, or we can say pratishta jata anartha, this is quality which is coming from in our spiritual practice in an improper way. This is coming from bhakti. When we started devotional service, we can become free from many things. We can be advanced in bhakti path. But pratishta desire is also growing, and with pratishta desire also there is one upapati. Upapati, we can say, like lover man. Lover man is kapatya. Kapatya in Sanskrit, crookedness, duplicity. Kapatya tad upapati. And also very close friend, very close associate. Drunkard, friend drunkard. Matsarya. Matsarya we can say envy. And with Matsarya is also Damba, other drunkard friend. Pride and envy, very close associates. And from this you have given up all offenses, you have given up all sinful activities, you have given up all attachments. But again it will come. When desire to become famous person, it will come, then all these dirty things will come. Pride will come, envy will come, duplicity will come, crookedness will come. So all other aparadhas, we can say aparadha, this offense, which you have given up, you have progressed towards Krishna, but aparadha can again come back. So this desire for pratishta is the father of hundreds of offenses. Sata parada janaka, you can say pratishta desire. So who can understand this? Who can understand that all pratishta desire is really giving trouble? It is said only simple-hearted person. It is not enough to be simple-hearted. Who completely depending on Guru and Krishna. He can understand this Chandalini, we can say, female dog eater is entering in my heart. And he knows that this is the most danger in my life. So how one can become free, how one will get rid of this desire for pratishta. Like seed is growing, how one can become free from this seed. And Srila Raghunath Das Goswami said in Mana Shiksha, Pratishta sadrishta svapacharamani me hridinate katham sadhu prema sprishati suchir etannanumanah sadatvam sevasya prabudayita samantamatulam yathatam nishkasya tvaritam ihatam vishayati saha. This is said, mana shiksha, it is instructions to our mind, giving instructions to our mind in Sanskrit verses, in very beautiful verses. It is said, oh my dear mind, this shameless female dog eater, Chandalini Swapacharamani, this desire of Pratishta is dancing in my heart like female dog eater. So woman of very low class. So why this pure love will touch my heart? You are the soldier of the real Supreme Lord, soldier of Prabhu. You are the very dear to the Supreme Lord, very dear to Prabhu. And you are always worshipping Him. Samanta, it is said, Samanta. Prabhu Daita Samanta Tulam. That is the meaning. Meaning is that who is very dear to Bhagavan Krishna, Samanta, or what we can say, commander, chief commander, Senapati, chief commander. You are always serving him, chief commander from the army of the Supreme Lord, who is very dear to him. That is meaning, Prabhudaita Samanta Tula. So he very quickly throw away that female dog eater, Pratishta desire from our heart, and by his mercy the pure love will enter in the heart. So the important thing is what actually Raghunath Goswami wanted to tell us. Prabhu Daita Samanta Atulam. We should serve the lotus feet of dear devotee of Krishna, who is very dear to him. By serving to the dear devotee of Krishna, one can become free from this desire, Pratishta desire, which is just dancing in the heart as a female dog eater, dance Chandalini. By the mercy, in other words, we can say by the mercy of Guru Pada Padma, the lotus feet of spiritual master, we can become free from the desire of Pratishta. Then only the love for Krishna will enter into our heart. Thank you very much. Next time we will continue this topic. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai, Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Sameta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.